Hey, are you ready for some hunting on the Tommy Wilcox Show?
Tommy Wilcox Outdoors is brought to you by Alabama Credit Union. Feel good about your money. Mahindra Tractors, built for the long haul. Peach Outdoors. Get the motor running on your next project with our Mahindra tractors, ATVs, and lawn equipment. Tuscaloosa Toyota. One price, one place. Top Shot Deer and Turkey Mix from Faithway Alliance. The band Legal Limit. Lou and the guys play all your favorite classic rock and country. Nelson Glass for all your contract or residential glass needs. All music courtesy of country music legend Hank Williams Jr. Hey folks, welcome to Tommy Wilcox Outdoors. Today we've got a turkey show that's going to be an educational show. Over the years I've always taken turkeys with a 12 gauge, shooting either 3-inch or 3.5 long nitros, so that I could reach out there and do it. But the older I get, the less pounding I can take on my shoulder. And I hear people, they'll ask me all the time, hey man, have you shot these new TSS loads in a 20 gauge or a 410 or 16? And I haven't. So what I wanted to try to do this year was to try out these new loads. Go ahead and take a turkey with a 12 gauge, a 16 gauge, a 20 gauge, and a 410, and let you see what happens. And it'd be educational for me, and hopefully it will be for you. So today I'm gonna start out this educational process with hunting with a 12 gauge today and a 16 gauge. And then next week we'll do a 20 and a 410. So up today, I'm gonna go ahead and start out with the easiest, which is a 12 gauge. And then I'll follow it up at the end of the show with my granddaddy's 16 gauge. So let's check out the 12 gauge first.
That was an exciting hunt now, I'm gonna tell you. I got on that long box because it's a little windy today. And I was just calling on that long box. It's 3 o'clock right now. About 2:30 I was calling on that long box. Wasn't 5 minutes, man. I heard this drumming and I got the camera around and he was strutting over here on the side the field. Then all of a sudden, he had 4 or 5 hens with him. So the hens were coming to the call. I was purring a little bit, and the hens started coming, and he was like he was going to try to get behind me. And about that time, 2 more gobblers come out. They were strutting on the edge of it. They followed the hens, and I have some decoys set up. Buddy, they came right for the decoys and just started beating the heck out of them, and I was able to take this really nice gobbler, man. 30-minute hunt. It's the way I like them. Beautiful, beautiful bird. Absolutely beautiful. Great hunt. Got my heart racing. Hey, if you want to mix it up a little bit with your hunting, if you got the time, try to take it with different gauges, whether it's a 410, 16, 20 gauge, and a 12 gauge. That's what I'm gonna try to do this year. I asked to join me, and with all these TSS and stuff, you can take them with 410s and 20 gauges now out to 50 yards. So I'm gonna try to make it a challenge for me this year to take a turkey with each gauge and have a little fun with it. I hope you do too. All right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with you. Y'all stay with us. Hey folks, Tommy Wilcox here, Tommy Wilcox Outdoors. I got my good friend Joe Phillips from Wilcox Outdoors. This turkey tip of the week will be brought to you by Wilcox Outdoors in Birmingham. Joe, turkey hunting has changed a lot since we were kids. And one of the things that have changed a lot is sights. We used to just hunt with iron sights. Now everybody's going to these fancy red dots and stuff. Tell our viewers a little bit about what y'all carry and why people are going to these type sights.
So, 10 or so years ago, people had a front bead and a rear sight that was adjustable. So people will typically go out and pattern their shotguns and adjust it, to shoot those loads. Well, the loads have changed so much in the last 10 years, especially since tungsten or TSS has come onto the scene. People are able to pattern their guns for further out, being able to make longer shots. So you've seen a lot of different sights become more and more popular on turkey guns, especially holographic type sights and red dots. And so you can sight these in, and you can, have further ranges. People are sighting them in at 40 and 50 yards. And with the 12 gauge, loads, people are shooting birds even beyond that. It's
right.
it's incredible. But, and it's a big confidence booster. Once you get that patterned in, you know that when you put that dot, on that bird, it's coming home with you.
Right.
So, but it's they are definitely changing the sport, and we carry a large variety of all types of these sights at the store.
Well, the thing also that's important too to remember is when you're turkey hunting and that turkey's in front of you, there's a lot of excitement, adrenaline going through you, and if you can see far but not up close like me, sometimes in all that excitement, it's hard to line those iron sights up, your back sights with your front sights, onto the turkey. With these new sights, all you got to worry about is that red bead. You don't have to worry about where your gun's set on your shoulder and all that kind of stuff. So it makes a big difference, and you'll get away with some really good turkey shots, and you won't be wounded and missing birds like you have in the past, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for this week's turkey tip from Wilcox Outdoors in Birmingham.
Hey folks, welcome back to Tommy Wilcox Outdoors. We're in the process trying to take a turkey with a 12, a 16, a 20, and a 410. And I'm gonna end the show with a 16 gauge. This is my grandfather's 16 gauge. Now you can get TSS in 16 gauge, but because this shotgun was built in 1954 in Belgium, this Browning cannot shoot these high loads that'll blow the barrel up. So I had to shoot a 2 3/4 shell, just regular 6-shot. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I wouldn't shoot past 30 yards with this. Now with the new TSS loads, yes, and with the guns today, you can shoot them a lot further. But if you have an old granddad's gun that you don't want the barrel blown up on it, 30 yards is about the maximum on this gun. But I was fortunate to take one. Here, I'll take a look. Here's a wild turkey in Alabama with a 16 gauge.
We hear them a few hundred yards away. They're right back there in that pine thicket. We're gonna circle around. Let me see if I can pinpoint them. There they are right there. Let's slip around, see if we can get on. Alright folks, here they come. Got about 5 or 6 hands. There we go, folks. Yeah. I never would have thought. Get up on him. 7:30. What had happened was, I was actually about 200 yards away that way, and I heard him gobbling this morning. So I knew I had to come around the backside, and I had this field here. They've been logging all in here, so they cut all that timber, kind of thinned it, and those turkeys must have been back up in there. Yeah, and they were gobbling. So I snuck, snuck all the way around. Got here to the edge of the field, hit my limited long box, and and he gobbled. I mean, just right in, it wasn't, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes before some hens started coming out, then 2 gobblers. And man, they didn't even know I was here. They just come out, the hens were feeding, and they come right out behind them. I seen him blow up one time, but they probably took care of all that business about 30 minutes ago. So anyway, let's go take a look at this bird. All right, folks. This was an amazing hunt for a couple reasons. Look at this beard on this sucker. That's every bit of 11 inches, 11 and a half inches. Big old long beard. It's got inch spurs sharp. This is a good 3-year-old bird. Great tail. This is what it's all about right here. I think my camera guy got everything, so just what happens when you throw a plan together right off the bat. You know, hear them, you know, hundreds and hundreds of yards away from you. You circle back around, and I hit that long box one time. He gobbled. They've been on the ground about 35, 40 minutes. I just eased back in them trees and sat down in the shade, made sure there wasn't no sun hitting me so they couldn't see me, because I didn't know they were gonna have all those hens with them. Had a bunch of hens, man. And like I said, inch-long spurs, 11-inch beard. I tried to shoot the one that was the longest, but I did it all with my granddaddy's 16 gauge. Gobble, gobble. We'll be right back. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this week's show. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let me again just repeat that the 12 gauge shooting TSS, I mean, you're good, man. Yeah, I mean, it's the most awesome invention for hunting turkeys in a long time. And it gives you the opportunity of, back when I was young, you might could shoot them at 40 yards with a 12 gauge. Now you can reach out to 65 yards, even hear of some at 70. So it is great. And then a 16 gauge, again, you can shoot out, if you're just shooting 2 3/4 shells, I wouldn't feel comfortable shooting past 30. With the TSS, yes, you can shoot out to 50 yards with those. So you don't want to miss next week's show, where we'll have the 20 gauge and the 410 with TSS. But thanks for tuning in today. I hope this program has helped you, and check in next week and just to see how the 410 and the 20 do.
Gassed up, loaded down, trucking on from town to town. Guns, bows, and a tackle box. Here come Tommy Wilcox. Hitting the water, hitting the woods. That Bama boy sure got it.